Hello guys, so today we're gonna talk about 5 methods of effective productiveness on a startup stage of your business. We all know that it's kind of difficult, it's kind of complicated period, which is meant sometimes to fail. Yes, we all know the statistics where 90% of the startup businesses fail during 3-5 years of their existence. Therefore, lots of people getting kind of frustrating and anticipating this failure. They just don't want to do anything because they are afraid to fail. So, and this kind of fear stopping them from achieving their goals, from achieving something that they wanted to do all their lives. And instead, they prefer to get simple job and do this job during decades just without developing and without being happy. So let's see how we can transform this fear into something productive, into something good, in order to achieve what we want, in order to achieve our business and just to make the life of all of us better. So in order to achieve something, in order to get your business, we all need to follow certain structure, certain algorithm in order to minimize this chance of failure. So let's see what are the 5 key things to follow on each startup stage of your business. Okay, so number 1 is planning. Yes, it's the most important thing of our life. Our whole life is about planning. We'll wake up, we program our day, we do this and that, and then we see how productive we were, how lucky we were, how was it good or was it bad or no, but it's all about anticipating. So when we talk about planning, we mean a long term and a short term. So the long term, it's kind of blurred, it's kind of global, and it's there at the end of the tunnel. It is something that I see, it's a product, it's my goal, what I see there, and I plan it long term. For example, I want to have my own brand of clothes. So let's say in 1 year or 2, I see my website where I will be advertising my clothes and this and that. So this is gonna be there, but I will have to plan thoroughly through each and every step of my everyday life in order to achieve this goal, right? So this will be a short-term planning. The time period will be different, will depend on the speed of my business development, which will also depend on the people that work for me. If it's only me or 10 or 20 people, it will depend on my level of energy, on the resources that I have, and the faster is the speed, the shorter will be the period. So if I see my final object, my final goal in 1 year, if I have resources, I can see it faster, right? So it will all depend on each and every one of the businessmen. The advantage of the short-term planning is the control. This is something that I can see, I can plan, and I can check on a daily basis the productivity of my planning and if I follow this plan or not. And then the long-term planning is usually kind of far away and it's going to be changed during the process, and it has to be revised once in a while in order to see if it has to be modified or we still follow. So the planning is the key thing. Another thing about planning is that it's extremely important to register it. Yes, to write it down, not just like, okay, I have this idea and then maybe, I don't know, well, yeah, I saw something. No, it has to be properly written, properly registered. So in my case, I prefer to register everything in the book, in the paper, because I'm kind of more with the motor skills and I prefer to have my relationship with the paper when it comes to some ideas that I know that just can fly away. The younger generation feel absolutely wonderful and absolutely comfortable with doing the same thing in the phone, in kind of electronic devices. So it will be all depending on the person, but that's the importance to register it. Okay, we're coming to number 2. It's the goal. It's the goal of your startup. It's the goal of your business. It's just your own goal that you have combined with something global, combined with something general. It's just what you want to do for the whole society, for your community, for your neighbors, for the whole world. For example, I want to improve the life in Spain because the people just don't give each other flowers. They feel like giving flowers is just only for that people. So, and I don't think that it's a good idea. So I want to make everyone happy by giving flowers for everyone. So that would be a great idea for opening a florist. A flower shop, well, anything, it can be anything. The same thing, the coffee shop. Is it just a coffee shop or maybe something with the literature, because I love reading and I can combine it with a reading club there. So it's just like a general idea what you want to bring to the society, and then you follow this idea, and then it's something that drives you, right? So it's about the goal, and then when there is a problem, actually all marketing is about creating problems. Yeah, they're really bad guys. So even the problem doesn't exist, we can create this problem and then we show the solution to them. For example, the iPhones, when they just appeared 13, 14 years ago, nobody even existed or nobody needed this kind of necessity of being connected all the time. So this trend of globalization just created this problem, and the Apple successfully solved it by giving us the phones. So there you go. It's all about creating a problem and then solving it with your product. So let's do some problems here. So let's see, let's be some bad guys. So then the number 3 is to be trendy. It's to be modern. It's to know what it is actually now, what it is now in fashion, what it is now that is required, right? So I know the older we become, the more difficult for us is to understand the young people, is to understand the young way of reality, and sometimes we just want to reject it because it's easier like this, yeah, or we just don't want to accept it. But there's a lot of field there's a lot of market there to be covered. If you take the gamers, for example, the young kids, they're spending all their nights with the computer games. It's kind of a market for them, and the products for them are not entirely created, right, in order to cover this kind of segment of the generation, because just some people just don't even know that they exist, or this kind of the bloggers, the TikTokers, that they become more and modern now, right? So it's all this kind of just opening your eyes and see what is there. The same like generations. There are so many generations now that they change. Like myself, it's millennium, and then there was the Y, and now my kids are Alpha. So it's all changing, and it's all just amazing field for marketing tools, and it's just the way to create the product for these new generations. So, but we need to be open, and we need to be flexible, and we need to see what is really trendy. So let's see. The other thing about planning, coming back to planning, it's just to think big, right? But at the same time, starting small. For example, if I want to open some pastry shop because I like sweets and I like to cook, I'm not going to open it right away. I'm not going to I'm not going to rent the things and the equipment and spend lots of money. Why not to just try it at home? Why not do some course, and in order to see if I really like it or not, and then I can offer my products to my friends, to my neighbors, or to some close community there, and then I can get their feedback, their survey. So this is gonna help. So I will avoid kind of risk and frustration and the way to lose a lot if I think a lot, if I think big and I start big, instead of just starting small steps. So the small is always more secure. It's like slowly but surely we are approaching to our big goal, starting from nothing, starting from very, very small thing and then growing it big if we succeed. So, and the next thing we will be, yes, our competitors. Our competitors are our friends, right? So we're not gonna hate them, we're not gonna burn them, we're just gonna watch them and observe them and see what they're doing good and what they're doing wrong. Instead of just watching them, we will also need to register all our research on our competitors in order to create our own product that will be different from them, right? So it will be all about analyzing, registering, and again creating something that is ours, that doesn't look like the rest of the products. Right, so number 4 is more kind of psychological part, is when lots of people feel kind of paralyzed of the possibility of the failure. So yes, we all know that the pain of losing something is way stronger than happiness of gaining something. So when we lose, when we fail, we feel really, really bad. And it's really stronger than something. There's something good. I don't know why did this happen, but it's just our nature to be so. So instead of just being concentrated on the failure, on the negative things, on the negative part that can happen or happened in past, we can transform this fear into energy and we can change it into something productive, right? We can produce something based on our fear. So let's see. What can we say here? Yeah, we all learn from our mistakes. It was experience, it was some good things that happened in the way, so let's learn from it instead of just staying there and thinking, oh, how bad is everything. And then the other thing is that excitement, right? So we all think sometimes that, okay, yeah, I'm creating something great is going to happen, and then I go outside and then I tell everyone about it and I want to share it with everybody. So for some people this kind of attitude, it helps because they need to share this ideas with someone and then they materialize it and then it feels like, wow, it's happening because I already told someone. So for the other people, on the other hand, they prefer to keep it to themselves because they feel like, okay, I'm spending lots of energy by sharing. I don't want that somebody steal my idea and I just don't feel it's necessary to share with someone. So each one, depending on each character, each person will find their own way in order to communicate or not communicate, or maybe something in the middle where you can share it only with your favorite person, with your only very close friend or family or whoever, right? So again, it's whatever each person is comfortable with, yeah? So, and the last thing will be our surrounding, our network, our people around us, that they have a massive influence on us. So the people that are next to us kind of affect our behaviors, our mood, our energy, our desire to do the things. So, and we should be looking for the people that are really great, that are really inspiring us, and that we want to be better because we like the way they do the things. And it's so easy now in the era of internet. If before it has to be my friend or a co-worker or a neighbor or whoever. Now I can get inspired by anybody. It can be anybody from the blogger, and today I can be inspired by one guy, and then tomorrow it can be completely different professional. But I will just follow and see the good things that they are doing, and I can take some of it to myself, right? I can get inspired, and it's really, really great. So it can be anybody, it can be any company, any brand, any person. It can be lots of them, and they can be changing every time, every now and then. So, and then the last thing is that what else we can do? We can just ask the agency to prepare us the whole business plan. Well, that's the easy part, right? It's for the people that they don't want to get involved and they just want to do the things easy, right? So they would look for somebody that will prepare it. They will say, okay, that's what you want to do, and this is what it is. So, well, it's the easy way, but it still exists, right? So yeah, depends on everybody. Well, the last thing also is the company that you choose. It's your people that you choose, are the workers that you choose. And the way that you are ready to delegate the things, and the way that you are ready to let it go, or you prefer to have it controlled. So it all depends on the person. Well, guys, that's it for me for now. We're gonna see you in other time. Bye.